UCF head coach Sytia, and she will go ahead and open up the floor to questions.
Hello.
Coach, how you doing? Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Obviously, the second quarter was the big struggle point. What was it that took place there that kind of led to the 24-3 deficit in the quarter there?
When you look at it, we went in the third quarter, the second half, with a different unit, and I just thought they brought a lot more energy, and we were able to press. So the third quarter was definitely good for us. But to answer your question about the second quarter, it's tough. It's tough. We played a lot of one-on-one basketball in the second quarter, and we got to get better at that. When we execute and do what we ask, we're a better team. And so I thought the third quarter they were intentional about that, and as you can see, we scored 25 points versus their 22. Okay, and that's just our team still figuring it out. You hate that this late in the season you're doing it, but it is what you get when you put a group of young ladies together and say, let's go play, because we're dealing with a lot of new players, transfers, and those things. So hopefully it will. When you look at it, Maya is the only starter we're missing next year. Those young ladies should be back, and when you think about that, that's when you're going to see hopefully the experience kick in.
And you mentioned that experience and growth. The pieces, they seemed focused to stop Caitlin up front, as any team that's faced you is going to you. And with that, Tamyra came in, had a career high. What can you say about her stepping up to that plate and putting in a big number there today?
Proud of Tamyra. She played free, and she played. She just played fearless, which is what we wanted. And I'm happy. We've been trying to get that Tamyra out all season. Trust me, I've seen it before, and I'm happy that she did it today. But that when she wants to play, she could be one of your elite players. And today, Tamyra stepped up and showed that with 18 points. I mean, come on, in 21 minutes. So proud of her.
And then against the number 5 team in the nation, adding that degree of difficulty, why not, right?
That's right.
With that in mind, and I know we focused on some of the lower points of the game today, but a couple of things that kind of jump out too. Achel kind of kept the foul trouble under control today, was a presence down low. What would you say the performance of your front court was taking on a group as big as this? Texas is a big team. So
Texas is a big team. I mean, but this is what you face when you want to be an NCAA program, right? So postseason, those teams like Texas is what you're going to see. But I was proud. Like you said, I thought we did a better job overall controlling the foul situation and was able to play more people. But Coach Schaefer coached me in college. Vic did, and he hangs his hat on defense. So I knew it was going to be a physical game. I knew that it was going to be a game that, that they really focused in shutting down KP, so other people had to step up. And so I was happy that Tamyra did that.
Obviously, they put a lot of focus on Caitlin. When she struggles like this, what do you need to see from the rest of the team to kind of lift the team up and keep it afloat instead of giving up what happened in the second quarter?
Yeah, we do, because KP is one of the players who she doesn't mind getting other people involved, but she's just trying to get us, keep us afloat. So sometimes when she's struggling, unfortunately, we need other people to step up, and I think sometimes she's feeling a little pressure because she's trying to keep us in the game. And if we get players like what Tamyra did, they step up, and Maya Burns stay consistent, then we're right in the games. But when other people don't step up, it's tough.
You talked a little bit about Tamyra getting 18 in 21 minutes. 20 of those minutes came in the second half. Is there a thought process to get her more involved early?
When she plays like that, it is. It's definitely a thought process. And if you look at it, we recruited Tamyra to come in and play the point guard. And she got a lot of her points as a 2 today. But she was able to shoot, she felt it, and we consistently went right back into her. So I'm happy that she had that type of game. I hope she can build on it, because that would be another guard that we can throw in with a KP and put Maya, free her up a little bit. So I'm hoping we call it Tamyra can build on this, and we see this type of player every day. But I'm excited for her, and she deserves this.
Obviously, turnovers were a big issue, and Texas defense has a lot to do with that. But what did you see in the turnovers? I think you guys had 10 in the second quarter. The big turning point in the game.
In the second quarter.
Yeah. But what did you see in the turnovers? Like how were the things that you guys could have corrected? Was it just a matter of trying to press and trying to climb a tall hill against a very good team?
I need to go back and watch the film, but I think a couple of them was offensive fouls, and that's considered a turnover, and that's just creating space clean. So we got to work on that, creating our space clean, and but that's pretty much it. And then I thought we played a lot of one-on-one basketball in the second quarter, where we moved it around and we pressed, and we had more execution in the third quarter.
Coach, I haven't had a chance to ask you that, but I was at the game last year with St. Leo's where Asia Todd went down, and now she's, here and playing physical ball, as you could tell. What is it like to see her bounce back and to be able to contribute the way she has this season?
I'm happy to see Asia bounce back, and she dislocated her elbow too earlier this season.
Yeah, right.
And it just seems like once we get her healthy, something else comes up. But I think Asia is a kid that's going to always play hard for you, and she's going to always do what we ask. So I'm so happy that she's healthy. She gives us another body for KP. We'll eventually, we haven't been able to set KP at all. So maybe give her a 30-second rest. With bodies like Asia and Tamyra when they stepped up like they did today. So we're hoping that we can build off of it. We're at home, Kansas, and we're hoping these young ladies. Again, we don't like the icon, but we want to be able to build off of it.
And Coach, you've been talking about growth, since you've arrived. Just the situation you've gotten to, growth has been something you guys have had to do in the American last year, in the Big 12 this year. That's kind of been what you've been trying to make happen. I think the finish up last year was 14-15 after all the games, and now you're 2 games away from 500, playing in the nation's best conference. If you hit, how important is that to hit that, to show that growth, right?
It would be great. It would be great to show that growth, and I think it gives us momentum in postseason if we get some, and it gives us momentum too for next season. If you can come in the Big 12 and finish 500, with your record, I think that's growth. And we played the Auburn's, we played St. John's, we played tough teams in a non-conference. So and to be able to do this in the Big 12, it'll show growth. We're very happy about the recruiting class we signed. We got 6'8", 6'5", 6'2". So you see, Texas is big. I know from experience what it takes to compete in the Big 12, and so we're excited about the players we have coming and building too around KP.
Last question.
Well, in the last 2 here, obviously wrapping up the regular season. Other than 2-0, well, obviously that's what you want to see foremost, but what would you like to see most from the team in the last 2 games to finish out that regular season?
I would like to see consistency across the board, elimination on turnovers, okay, and us getting back to the gritty, grindy team we are defensively. We got to do a better job of that early. I thought the third quarter we did it, but we got to get back to it.
All right, perfect. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.